The disappearance of the Hall of Ancients is a grave matter. Not only is Princess Peggy's safety at stake, but it also hints at a conspiracy against our empire. As a servant of the court, I'll devote myself entirely to this investigation. But you were invited here by the Queen, and Her Majesty has given you her strong endorsement. With all due respect, might I ask your position on this matter, and regarding the royal family? That's all. Magister, this is no trivial matter. I'd appreciate your complete honesty. Thank you for your candor, and please forgive my mistrust. Understood. Your aim to rescue the princess and the court mage aligns with my duty. Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. In fact, General Hogan's a close friend of mine and he's spoken highly of you. But given the seriousness of this issue, I'd rather err on the side of caution. I ask for your understanding. The same goes for me. Then I will just cut to the chase. The Hall of Ancients, sacred as it is, holds nothing of value beyond Excalibur and the remains of former rulers and heroes. Excalibur is imbued with the divine power of Dura, so it can't be drawn by just anyone. The king may be bedridden, but the heir has not yet been chosen, so the sword won't be used ahead of time. At first glance, I think the culprit is either targeting Princess Peggy or trying to stir trouble in Savannah. However, in preparation for the festival, I've already strengthened the city's defenses. There haven't been any reports of suspicious activity lately, and the conflict between Bantus and Asheville County has not escalated to a state of war. It should have no connection to this matter. Do you have any other thoughts? We've heard of this organization's notoriety, but they've never acted out of bounds in Savannah. Some court officials have ties with them, but so far their dealings have been above board. I agree. So, is someone trying to blackmail the king and the queen? But at present, no relevant demands have been raised. There are too few clues at the moment to reach a definite conclusion. Since time is of the essence, I suggest we divide the work. I'll assign 2 missions to the Royal Guard immediately. Inspect the capital and nearby areas for unusual activity, and locate any potential witnesses. This is our duty and specialty. As for analyzing the residual magic at the original site of the Hall of Ancients, I'll leave it to you. You mean the new court mage who is with Princess Peggy? It would be great if you could reach her. Looks like we can't reach Magister Cassidy for the time being. Very well. Let's proceed with the investigation separately. We shall reconvene here before sunset to share our findings. I'll assign a member of the Royal Guard to assist you. Martin!
Yes, Commander.
This is Magister Merlin, and you are to assist her in investigating the disappearance of the Hall of Ancients.
Understood, Commander. Greetings, Magister Merlin. My name is Martin, and I grew up hearing your heroic tales.
Cut the small talk and focus on your duty.
Yes, Commander. Sure, Magister.
You're here at last! I heard something's gone wrong with the Hall of Ancients. Is Peggy all right? What? You mean Peggy's still stuck in there? Good grief, that's way too bizarre. That's reassuring. I know Cassidy will look out for her. Peggy's smart. I bet she's working on a way out. Please help her, Merlin. Strange. Let me see. Most people at the bazaar went to watch the parade once it began. My staff and I used the downtime to tidy up and restock. Then, out of nowhere, someone shouted that the Hall of Ancients was gone. I glanced over from my stall, and there was nothing. I stopped a frantic citizen to ask about the situation, but what he said was absurd.
Sir, I'm Martin from the Royal Guard, currently assisting Magister Merlin. May I ask what that citizen said?
He said the disappearance wasn't an accident. It was a punishment against the Queen for acting as regent. I'm not sure. Although the Queen is strict with Peggy, she truly cares for her. Her Majesty wouldn't allow any devious schemes to harm Peggy. She would do whatever it takes to keep Peggy safe. I'm happy to help, Merlin. I'll head back to our headquarters and start pulling some strings. I'll pull out all the stops to investigate this. If you need help, just drop by at any time.
I need your help, sir.
What happened?
My master, he just disappeared. We were on our way back to the upper district from the bazaar. Halfway through, my master suddenly vanished. It was like some unseen hand had yanked him away. No, nothing at all. One moment he was there, and the next, he was gone.
Please calm down, and tell me who your master is.
My master is Viscount Erzwick, the Deputy Minister of Internal Affairs. Please find my master. Otherwise, I can't face the Viscountess.
Go home and notify the Viscountess first. I'll escalate this to my superiors immediately.
I'm counting on you.
Magister Merlin, this incident's disturbingly odd. First it was the Hall of Ancients, now it happened to a person. I must report this to Commander Hendrik immediately. This is unlikely to be an isolated case. Sorry, Magister. I have to make a trip back to the base. I appreciate your understanding. This way, please.
Terra, tell me again. Where and when did Countess Caloran vanish?
15 minutes ago, when the Countess was resting in her bedroom, I went out to fetch a cup of tea, and by the time I returned, the Countess had disappeared.
The same thing happened to the Chief Justice. We were in our office in the Upper District. One moment he was there, the next, he was gone.
The chief editor went missing at our news agency.
Captain, Magister Merlin and I also received a missing person report.
Who went missing?
Viscount Urswick, the Deputy Minister of Internal Affairs.
Magister Merlin, as you can see, I'm swamped with a flood of urgent missing person cases. I thought he was with you.
We split up and agreed to meet here again before sunset.
Since the commander left the base, he hasn't returned or contacted us. The commander's a man of his word. If he said he'd meet you, he wouldn't break his promise.
Maybe something came up and he had to take care of it.
Countess Caloran, the Chief Justice, the Chief Editor, and the Commander of the Royal Guard. This can't be a coincidence. These people must have something in common. Father didn't want me too involved in the investigation. All he told me was that he was heading to the Upper District. I thought he was on his way to meet you. But now...
The Upper District! The Chief Justice went missing there.
The Countess's residence. It's also in the Upper District.
Our news agency isn't there.
Anyway, there must be a common thread between the cases. Father must have found something. I must find him at once. I appreciate your help.
Captain, please allow me to come along.
No, I need you to stay here and escort all the complainants to the registry. Make sure you get the time and place of each disappearance. Let me know immediately if there are any new leads.
Yes, Captain.
Captain, what brings you here? Do you have any special instructions for us?
Has the commander been here today?
The commander did come by earlier. He was in a hurry and said he'd just received an urgent report. It was about the disappearance of Elaine, the curator of the Evergreen exhibition. He came here to look into Elaine's case himself.
And then? What did he do?
The commander asked about the exhibition hall's recent security and patrol situation. I reported everything truthfully. The curator recently upgraded the exhibition hall's security, bringing in more magical guards and defensive mechanisms. She said she didn't need us Royal Guard anymore. The curator complained that our patrols were ruining the view. So, we cut back patrols in the area.
That's preposterous. You said the commander came here to investigate Elaine's disappearance. He must have realized the exhibition hall was outside the patrol area, so he went inside to investigate.
You're right. After I briefed the commander, he ordered me to secure the perimeter while he entered the exhibition hall by himself. Come to think of it, he's been in there for quite a while. Do you need him urgently? What? The commander? He's missing too? I thought he was still checking things inside.
Kleinford, just hold your position here and don't let anyone get near.
Yes, Captain.
Let's take a look inside the exhibition hall.
Chaos holds no place in my soul.
This is for research.
My desire is real.
Maybe it's controlled by a special switch. Seems like we need the 2 missing items to unlock this door. The only thing here is that statue. It occupies the most prominent spot. Could there be a special reason for that? Let's take a closer look. Magister Merlin, there's something special about this statue. Let's save your mana for something more important. I'll handle this. Don't worry, I'll use just the right amount of force. There's something on the pedestal at the far end. Is that a magic sphere? I guess the magic sphere is the key we're looking for. Magister Merlin, is there a way to get rid of the barrier?
What is the next quest?
nothing to be afraid of.
It stopped moving. It looks like a guard driven purely by magic. Do you think this is just one of the guards here? Or could it be an ambush? Father isn't here. Yet the wreckage makes it clear another fight took place not long ago. He probably came here like we did, got into a fight, and then went missing. Let's take a look around. This mark! It looks like Father struck the statue hard with his shield. I recognize these footprints. These prints are from the Royal Guard's boots, and the footwork matches Father's combat style. He must have fought something here in close quarters. The shape matches the weapon used by the guard earlier. Apparently, Father fought it here. Could that be blood? Does it belong to Father? Is he hurt? Where on earth is he gone? And here, a thread? If it weren't stained with blood, I probably wouldn't have noticed it. What do you mean? Indeed. It isn't an isolated case. First, Peggy and Cassidy vanished along with the Hall of Ancients. Then came Countess Caloran, the Chief Justice, the Chief Editor, and the Curator. It's possible there are more disappearances we don't know about yet. The latest case involves the Royal Guard Commander. All of the missing people are influential figures. With Father gone, the investigation will stall, and the Royal Guard will be weakened. By this logic, Father's disappearance is probably just part of a larger plot, with the royal family as the ultimate target. But his trail ends here. You're right. Our next step is to identify the suspects as quickly as possible. We need help from someone familiar with noble affairs, who still understands common folk. And above all, someone we can trust. You mean Rowan? Since he's Peggy's fiancé, we can trust him. The Mithril Consortium trades in rare goods and magical materials. Rowan might be able to help us find some leads. We should visit him right away.
wind. Perfect. Let the hunt begin.